Your thoughts will create your actions, right? Your thinking, right? But they'll drive your emotions rather. And I need us to understand that there's so much fruit that you're going to bear. Hearing Carmen Young's story, and when the first time I heard that story, I was blown away. First of all, you have a 16-year-old that's in college, right? If you're not telling that story this week about your business partner who utilized this membership, who didn't even have the apps downloaded at the time, had to call someone when the officer pulled her 16-year-old daughter over, car broken down. She just purchased the car, had no idea that the dealer tags they gave her were stolen, right? And the officer walked up to her daughter's car and didn't tell her why they pulled her over. He said, hey, we've been looking for you. 16-year-old had no idea. My daughter's now 24. My little one is 6. I can't imagine Michaela or Maya going through that situation. But because of Legal Shield, they'll never have to go through that situation, just like Carmen Young's daughter, just like your business partner's child, just like the person you're going to share this membership with will never have to endure that. Family, we have to close this month with a backbone. This is not a month to relax. I know we have, holidays. We got New Year's Eve, right? We got, Jesus's birthday. You got Mike Hume's birthday, right? A week before Jesus. So send me all the things December 18th that you want to. No, I'm just kidding. But family, look, listen, this is our time. Your time is now. Your time to bear the fruit that's gonna come to harvest in 2025 is right now. So now is the time, because you're going to bear major fruit in 2025, to get registered for the Baltimore International Convention, to make sure that that event doesn't end according to the registration that Legal Shield has in place. It ends at the end of the TMV breakout session, which is the major event of all the events. That's when we get to celebrate face-to-face on a large scale, Dr. Sonia and Brad Lowe for eclipsing level after level. That's when we get as a family to celebrate all the many ring earners that we have that are going to happen. They're on my screen and right in front of me, so that's why I can shout them out. But that's when we get to acknowledge all of the success stories, family, and that is what will change your life. It's the Team Division breakout session. So I highly recommend that you get locked in. The room block is up, right? Make sure that you register. It's in the newsletter, so we're not going to spend a lot of time going through it. As a leader, as the person who says, I want to change my family tree, as the person who says, I want an extra $1,000 a month coming in. Remember, I got off when they told me I was getting off. Night before Thanksgiving, I'm racing to get off. There will be a note on my time card saying report at 5 a.m. the next day. Didn't have the decency to tell me I had to work the next day. They did that every year. Now I'm in a position where I can control my own time. I had to change my life by simply changing my mind. I need you all to think like as if you are Mr. and Mrs. Self, because guess what? You are, right? You are them, right? But you're them for your family, for your generation, right? And that's what has to happen. We have to have a mindset that things are going to continue to grow no matter what. If you're reading the books of the month, then you absolutely know that. So there's probably some other stuff I'm supposed to share, Ms. Stevens, and probably something I need to share, but I'm all excited after these testimonials. Definitely want to make sure I mention closing this month out like never before. Live events are happening. If leaders are willing to still fly across the country, we need to be willing to gather as many guests as we possibly can and get in front of those events. The live events are what changed my life. Listen, when I was delivering mail, and I'll pass it back to you after this, Ms. Stevens, but when I was still delivering mail, I would buy that Super Saturday ticket. The events took place in Rockville, Maryland. I delivered mail in Washington, D.C. If you know, mailmen work on Saturdays. And I had the ticket, but I couldn't always get off to go to the event. I used all the leave. I made every excuse I could. I used sick leave and slick leave. And there were some times when I just had to make a decision. Right, Mike, how's this going to happen? And I would just drive my postal truck straight from Washington, D.C., all the way up to Rockville in a whole nother state, right? All out of my jurisdiction as well. And I literally would pull up at that Hilton Hotel in Rockville, Maryland, walk with my postal uniform on, satchel on my arm, and I would walk and take notes from the back of that room, because I knew that my day job was not going to always be my destiny. I knew that I was only as good as the fruit I could bear. Mm-hmm. And I had to get the information. I couldn't keep asking Mr. Self all the same questions. I couldn't contact Faye Heislip or your upline and ask some of the same questions. Some of this thing you heard from Ms. Gibson. She said she went into the back office, she watched the power trainings, and she recruited 2 and soon to be 3. Congratulations to you, Ms. Gibson. 3 associates from some information that we all have access to. It's been sitting there. So take advantage of what's right there in front of you so that you can bear the fruit that God has put in you to bear, right? It is up to us to go out here and get it done. So super excited for all the success stories that we have. Of course, we're going to salute our phenomenal leaders, Mr. and Mrs. Self, like they deserve as soon as we're able to do that. Ms. Stevens, I appreciate you for what you sowed into us last week, because the fruit that you're bearing is continually blessing the entire Team Division organization, as well as the cousins who have snuck in and not snuck in. We invite everybody. You've impacted all of Legal Shield with your enthusiasm, your energy, but most importantly, the education of what you're sharing with us. So with that, I pass it back over to you.